Right, guys, I'm back. On the previous attempt, I gave Claude one prompt to write a PLC program. Um, it's with spaces and everything, about 120 lines. I pasted it into the prompt, and then he froze up for 10 minutes. And I was concerned because previously, when I asked him to design to write something, but then he took like a couple of seconds and then he started programming. Um, but that was a small program, like just a start-stop motor, start-stop circuit with a like a couple of seconds timer that you've got to keep the start button in before the holding contact stays in. So that was simple. Anyhow, so he got stuck with this huge program. So this time around, I decided to put him into plan mode first and then prompted him again. So here we go. I asked him, are you game for writing a fairly big PLC program? And absolutely, I'm ready to go, he says. And I paste the spec again. Right, and after about, I think it was about 10 minutes or so, he came back and he said, okay, the spec makes perfect sense, crystal clear, I have the full picture, let me design this out. And then he just asks me for some, he's got some questions, clarifications, and no, sorry, he didn't ask for any clarifications this time around. He just showed me his plan, and then I had to just stop him a couple of times before starting the execution. What I saw was he forgot to address the timers. So he had all the labels for the timers, but no addresses. So he says, okay, good catch. And he adds the timer addresses, updates his plan. Then somehow I missed that he actually had comments for all his rungs. So I asked him, just make sure about the comments. And he says, no, I've got comments. So, and then one more thing, what is that? Oh, I picked up that he started his rung at rung 0, but the editor would not accept that because the editor starts at rung 1. So he then just fixes that up in all his steps, updates every step to start at rung 1. And that is it. And now he's ready to code. This is, oh, sorry. So that was then before we actually showed his plan. That was just like a basic description of what he was planning, and then now this is his actual plan. And his context here: build a complete IEC 61131-3 ladder logic washing machine controller using the Neurologic MCP server, etc., etc., etc. He's got all sorts of, you guys can read through this at your leisure. But yeah, he plans it everything out. He's got his memory allocations for his inputs, the address and the labels, his output addresses and labels, and comments, sorry, as well. There's got bits allocated for every step with these descriptions. There's got all his output markers. So in the spec, I specifically pointed out that he shouldn't use the output more than once in the program because of the way that PLCs scan. So he's picked up on that. He understands that, and he uses markers for every specific, if there's a duplication of outputs, like when you have to fill the water, open the inlet valve twice, for instance, etc., etc. Then there's a rung by rung logic. Here he literally writes out the whole sequence as it would have, nearly like in structured text mode or something, where literally writes out the whole program here, but just in text. That's it. And then it just confirms the grid layout convention, where we start at row 1, column 0. And he's going to attempt to keep it all within 9 column limit so that we can see it. There's a lot, there's a lot of columns here, so he's got lots to work with, but he's going to try and stick to 9. There we go. And then there's the timer summary and the implementation approach, verification. How are we going to check it when he's done? There we go, guys. Let's see what he does now. Okay, let's go ahead. Yes, clear context, and I'm going to let him auto accept edit, so I'm not going to interfere at all with him. He's just going to do his own thing. Let's go for it. Okay, he's created the program name there. You'll see on the top left, washing machine. Now, okay, seems to still want confirmation for many of the things, although I've said auto accept edits. But yeah, there he's going. He's doing his thing, placed his contacts, he's addressed it, he's put his label, his rung comment in there. Now he's working out the different nodes so that he can place his wires. Okay. Try to wire connection. Yes, go for it. Oh. Value error, cannot create wire. Oh, there you go. I don't know what that was. Seems to be able to bypass that error. Here we go. Rung 1 is complete. Awesome. He's doing it. Here's rung 2. There's rung 3. This is crazy, man. This is crazy. So he uses the conventional step reset. I didn't ask him to do that, so he planned it himself. Um, so, as many of you would know, you can either have like step counters, where you have a word that contains your sequence step, and then you compare it, and if it makes all the conditions, you step to the next step. He's wanting me, but he decided he's gonna go the bit set reset path. It'll be interesting. What I'll do is I'm gonna ask him for the next program. I will actually ask him to use move blocks and compare blocks instead of set reset bits. And let's see, I'm sure you'll be able to figure that out. This is crazy stuff. I'm going to move. I wonder if I should move the screen a little bit. Oh, there you go. This is amazing stuff. I've never seen anything like this. It's just an example of giving AI the tools he needs, and then he can just go crazy. He's got like 200 million books was the last time I heard. It's obviously much more now. But I mean, imagine having that sort of knowledge, like having read 200 million books. Anyhow, so he's got all the knowledge to do these things. We just need to give them the tools to do it. So yeah, I'm extremely excited. And he's quick. I mean, there's like 12 rungs out of 30 odd. So it's fairly quick. And this is in, so I've got two modes that I can run this in. MCP UI mode, which it's running in now, where it uses the user interface, and that's purely for educational purposes and for us to be able to see what it does. But it's also got an MCP direct mode where it literally bypasses the UI interface and directly writes to the database. So that'll even be faster. Also, I've got time delays on all the pop-ups so that when it pops up and addresses the elements, it stays open for a little while so we can see what's going on there. So all those little things will make a big difference and allow it to actually even write much faster. It's interesting how it initially just asked me for auto accepts, um, and then I had to authorize it every now and again. But it looks like it was just authorization for every type of action. So once he was authorized to place place each one of the components and authorized to do addressing, etc., etc., now he's not asking for any authorization anymore. It's just going crazy. Anyhow, guys, you're welcome to carry on watching or to do whatever you want. I'm gonna sit here and watch him finish this, and then I'll stop the video. I will then go through it on my own and analyze it and see if it's actually functional. And then I'll make a next video where we can simulate what he's done. We can simulate this program, put it in simulation mode, and we can run a simulation and see if it actually works. But yeah, I'll do that in a separate program. So you guys are welcome to leave if you want now, but I'm definitely going to sit this out. I mean, I'm definitely going to sit here until it's finished. Yeah, so this editor compiles to the Arduino range of microcontrollers. So literally anything that uses the Arduino IDE, um, it'll be able to write programs for. And I'll still do more videos where I'll show you the simulation, as I said, and also then downloading. And then once you've downloaded, you also have online debugging. So you can then see what the status of everything is online. You can see the timers as they time out, etc., etc. So yeah. So with these basic ladder elements, you can literally do any sequence. You don't need to know all the different blocks and stuff to do like a proper program. With your couple of contacts, coils, timers, I'll demonstrate the move and compare blocks in another video. But yeah, with this you can write quite complex sequences. But I do plan to create all sorts of additional stuff. PID controls and whatever, all the extra things that PLCs, that fully fledged PLCs require. nearly done. Rung 30. Ah, there we go. It's busy now with the mapping the markers to the outputs. Wow. So sequences are complete. It's just linking the outputs now. It's only one spin cycle, so it only needs one marker. That's it. It's done. Say the current program with a new name or path. No, that's not necessary. Okay, guys. If you guys stuck to the end, well done. Yeah, I'll with the next video, I will simulate this program. Let's see how accurate it was. Anyhow, there we go. Cheers.